Good afternoon. Today I'm going to tell you about synopsis and summary of The Black Cat by John Mills. Synopsis tells about Police Inspector Salahadin El Nur was a young detective for antiquities from the Egyptian police. And one day in May, he waited for an archaeologist called Mr. Person, but he was murdered in the Nile Hilton Hotel. Then, Salahadin went to the Nile Hilton by taxi and met a homicide detective, Inspector Ahmed. And in Person's home, Salahadin found the body of Person, some paper, and a map of the Valley of Jar and 6 boxes, but the seventh box was missing. So Salahadin took the paper and the map and talked to Ahmed downstairs. Afterward, Salahadin talked with Ahmed about the missing box, the taxi driver, and the police message on Radio Cairo. Then, he returned to his office by taxi. Afterwards, he walked to Ahmed's office and met the taxi driver. And he got information about the suspect identity and destination to Alexandria by the express train. So Salahadin thought the suspect was going to Beirut by boat from Alexandria. From Ahmed, Salahadin called the chief of the dock police of Alexandria, and he got information about the suspect with the box and 2 boats had left Alexandria, the Sudan for Beirut, Lebanon, and the Syria for Athens, Greece. Afterwards, Salahadin went home. Then, arriving home very late, Salahadin read Wilson's notes about Paul Accountant and the black cat made of gold with a diamond collar bird in the Palais of Jack. So Salahadin flew to Beirut. After that, Salahadin arrived at Beirut airport at 10:30 on Tuesday morning, and he took a taxi to the dock of Beirut. But the Sudan had not come yet, so he met his old friend named Fuad in Beirut Museum. Then they went to Fuad's house and the mountain and welcomed by Fuad's wife Layla. And then, after drinking coffee and talking about the death of Hassan and the suspect, Fuad and Salahadin returned to the dock. Then, at the dock, they found the suspect named Bookman took a taxi and followed by 3 men in the black car. So Salahadin and Fuad followed them. After that, on the route to Baalbek, the taxi and the black car had an accident, and 3 men in the black car and the taxi driver were killed, but Bookman was still dying. Before his death, Bookman told Salahadin about the killed Bookman himself, the book with the black cat, Peterson, the red hanging in the black car, and Joseph. So Salahadin and Fuad got back to Fuad's house, and Fuad called the airport, and Salahadin talked with Layla and wrote some notes about Pearson, Bookman, the red hanging, Joseph, and Peterson. After that, Salahadin flew to Athens after midnight. Salahadin got to the airport early Wednesday in the morning, and he took a taxi to the seaport of Athens, the Piraeus, and he found Peterson on the Syria, and then he was going to Venice. Then Salahadin bought the first class ticket to Venice, and Salahadin got cabin 23, and Peterson was in cabin 22. And in the evening, Salahadin stole the key of cabin 22 from the steward's room and found the box with the black cat above the shower. Suddenly, Peterson came in with a gun, and Peterson led him to the top deck and they fought. Then Peterson was flung down to the sea and drowned to death. Salahadin brought the box of the black cat to his own cabin and slept. At lunchtime on Tuesday, he got off at Venice and took a water taxi to the railway station in Rome, Italy. Then Salahadin took the first train from Venice to Rome, Italy, and flew to Cairo, Egypt, and Friday. And then Fuad and Layla welcomed him in Cairo, Egypt. On Tuesday morning, Salahuddin, Fuad, and Layla walked the black cat to Fuad in Cairo Museum to be examined by the expert. And the result was that the black cat was made of stone wood, but it was very old and valuable as artifact. Then it was exhibited in Cairo Museum in November. And the summary of the Black Cat are John Mill's novel of the Black Cat is a detective story. It tells of murder, theft, and smuggling of the Black Cat from Egypt. The main character of the story is Police Inspector Salahuddin El Nur. The story begins with the murder of an archaeologist called Mr. Pearson, followed by the missing of the seventh box containing the black cat made of gold and diamonds belongs to file accountant which had been buried in the Palais of Jar. Uh, Police Inspector Salhadin Elnur, a detective for antiquities whose job is to protect Egyptian antiquities, case the killed named Bookman to Beirut, Lebanon, and the thief and the smuggler of the black cat named Peterson to Athens, Greece, then Venice, Italy. Unfortunately, Bookman is killed in an accident on the road to Baalbek, and Pearson is killed in the fight on the top deck of the Syria. Finally, Saladin can return the Black Cat by John Mill. And I like the novel of the Black Cat by John Mill because the story is interest, full of mystery, and I can't guess it. Besides that, the story full of suspense and adventure to many countries in Asia and Europe. And I like character of Salahuddin El Nur because he is smart and I can walk well without a gun and calm confront dangerous situation. And I don't like the character of Bookman and Peterson because they are cool, sly, thieves, and smuggler. That's all. Thank you.